few minutes till 10 o'clock again. Quick look at what's taken place so far. I did try to go long this morning, to be honest, into previous day high. Didn't get our entry. So if we go to a 5-minute chart, it was playing off the 5-minute. We displaced through a new week opening gap. We got a breaker here, and we have that 5-minute fair value gap. So I try to go in right on consequent encroachment, which is consequent encroachment of the new week opening gap and the 5-minute together, right? We like that. Stop was underneath this level here, underneath 830 as well. And as I mentioned, we're simply targeting previous day high. Unfortunately, we don't even get in there. So we hit that new week opening gap perfectly. I was thinking maybe at 9:30 we could run out these lows. That's what we were hoping. Instead, we hold new week opening gap, accelerate into previous day high. After previous day high, short-term high, we run that short-term high. We then obviously, right, speed to clear out anyone that was long prior to the run-up. Honestly, I think we seek and destroy here. So I think we can come back up to that high, which is what we would want to see. I did turtle soup this low, so I am in the long right now, off this low, right, as we basically cleared these lows. Entry's actually right there. So right now, stops underneath this candle. And I'd like to get back up here, but I'm thinking low key, we might just go like kind of take low hanging fruit. We do have high impact news, which makes me a little worried. I don't like being in front of high impact news. So honestly, I'm gonna go break even. I'm break even right now. Just because if we get stopped, like if we run out this low and we come back to where we entered, I get stopped to break even, we should get another opportunity. Either that or we're gonna be off sides and we're gonna go short. So regardless, I like the idea of being break even already. So yeah, break even, we'll wait and see what we can get. Basically, if we run out, if we run out this low here at the open, we'll be out. So for the time being, we'll see what we can do. As I mentioned, I still like the idea of trying to get up in here. 10 o'clock right now. We left a discount. So I actually wouldn't mind that. And we inverted that too. So yeah, let's run up. Let's just run higher. Notice same exact fair value gap. Bearish inversion, bullish fair value gap, same exact area. I would like to see that hold, to be honest. Might even be a re-entry right there. But I think we go up for the high. We do have a bearish fair value gap and a volume imbalance. So we're going to go like this. Bearish fair value gap. We should extend through that. Yeah, beauty. So if we can hit previous here, we're going to show you this chart because that's where the actual position is. I didn't get in on the paper trade. Okay. So as we mentioned at this point, we actually did get up a little higher than I thought we did. Break even though, right underneath fair value gap and the inversion. So a little delayed on the actual entry market order, and we got up a little higher than I would like. Only about a tick or a handle anyways. This is that 5-minute we said, so we should get through that. I like the idea of getting above that. We're holding the 1 minute though. Wait, is it the 5? Oh yeah, so it's a 1 and a 5-minute actually. Same exact fair value gap. So yeah, we might hold there. We could have went partial. We probably should have. That was 6 handles. Oof. We're going to take one off right there, actually. I mean, we're already at 5 handles, so I probably should do it right now because we're about to just reverse on us. Of course, that makes sense. If we can hit this fair value gap again, I'll try to partial one there. Hopefully we get that. At least one partial off. But if we don't, we're already break even. So at this point, risk-free trade, we're underneath really discounts that should hold, as we mentioned. Inversion paired with bullish fair value gap. If we're bullish, that should hold us. Consequent encroachment. We'll see if we can't get one off first here. That'd be nice. Should get off right there. Get me that one. Get me that one. Cool. So we get one off. Readjust that to 2. Hesitation expected, then we accelerate through it would be best case scenario. Same trade, was planning that trade since. Hey, good shit though. Yeah, I was hoping we got it here, but I like the idea that we kind of left that. So as we come into it again, still trust that. I think we're doing a little seek and destroy in here. Yeah, this is a setup that we talk about every now and then, right, where we create the original framework for the trade here off of high impact news. We then run into liquidity. And because this was untouched, right, we could still retrace into that and hold. That's kind of what we'd look for here. So for the time being, yeah, really not much to do at this point. I think we will try to maybe go, just debating if I want to go one more partial before we take our final TP or not. Didn't want to risk it ahead of the news on that wick. I don't blame you. But sometimes, right, so this is why, I guess a little teaching moment. Usually I wouldn't like to get ahead of news. And that's something that I've mentioned. But because that 8:30, we had a lot of high impact news at 8:30. And that's when we create the original framework for the longs, right? At 8:30, we would clear out the short-term lows, we accelerate, and we leave that discount behind. So I'm already expecting that this 8:30 framework is truly what wants to hold us, right? Even if we have news. We often say news isn't random, it's simply a catalyst to kind of, right, put into motion what would already be expected. So we're already expecting this to hold. Aside from that, I'm also noticing that prior to news, right, this is a very extended movement. So when I see something like this ahead of high impact news, I actually don't expect the news to be as volatile as we would expect. Which is also why I was finding it comfortable going in here, right? Because with this huge, aggressive, really up and down move, we've moved quite a bit. I don't expect the news to continue to move us aggressively, right? So I see this more as just kind of returning into the original framework. We are holding that 5 minute, and the volume imbalance pretty aggressively. So we may kind of start consolidating in here or just completely reverse on us. But as we mentioned, we're already partialed. We're at break even. So at this point, if we get stopped, slight profits on the day, and we'll look for potentially one more. Unfortunately, we did hit our target kind of before news. So as we mentioned, if we do that, we can kind of run into the possibility of just consolidating the remainder of the morning. Hesitation was met as we expected. At this point, if we accelerated through that 5 minute, I'd almost want to try to add a stack a little position to get into this fair value gap up here. This is the 4 hour, by the way, just to show you real quick. Same 4 hour that we've really been looking to get hit this whole time. And now we have that buy side. So as we said, we're in this range from high to low. I favor buy side. We're getting towards that. I'd like to see us hold that. Right, lo and behold, actually notice how we've actually closed above the 4 hour for the first time in about a day. So let's go back to that 1 minute just to show you. Right, here's the 4 hour fair value gap. We've closed above that. And notice what this fair value gap right here is. It's being created as we leave it. So that's why I'm fine with the stop right there. We just go like this because we don't really need that inversion. Right at equilibrium, I bet. High to low here, probably. Let's see. High, low. Yeah, right at equilibrium. No surprise there. Dollar's starting to rally, so... Aye, that's aggressive, actually, in dollar. Chill out, brother. Dollar clears highs. Equal lows still, though. We're getting held in indices. Maybe we can reverse. NQ, kind of in the same boat. NQ is actually just getting held at its previous day high, though. That's paired with a premium. So yeah, we may see some resistance here, right? If we take a look at dollar. We did leave equal lows, and we've just cleared this high in the previous day low in dollar. So I would like if we actually can kind of remain below this area, seek and destroy, attack these lows here, which should give us lift in ES. Honestly, I think I will take just another partial at that previous day high. So we often say we're content with enough. That's a nice little, almost 10 handle move. So with a large range, that'll be a good little, another partial. And then we'll have one more to take off at the actual 4 hour. Kind of leave this for more of a target. I'd like to see us return into that buy side, but we don't have to get up in there to get off another partial. Oh. We have a 2-minute fair value gap. So we can see if we can't hold that. Right, our stop is under the 1 minute, but notice this large 2-minute. I'd like to actually hold that. As we look at this, ooh, okay. So honestly, not too bullish, I would say. Lower time frame was nice. We got a nice little move up. But 2 minutes holding a premium here. 5 minutes also holding a premium here after trading off of previous day high. With all the rallying, yeah, we may see price slip. That's fine though. We'll see if we can't hold. We've hit that consequent encroachment, so at this point, wouldn't really want to see much less. If we go any lower, we obviously get stopped. After hitting this, it'd be nice to now accelerate through the high. If we did that, I would actually definitely go in here, because now we've retraced into really the lowest discount from this low to this high. If we hold that and we accelerate through a premium, that's a pretty bullish signature. So I'd like to try to get involved on that to maybe potentially ride it back up into, as we're mentioning, this 4-hour fair value gap up here. All relies on us getting above this 5 minute, however. 1 minute here. And this would be an instance where I would need a 5 minute candlestick to close above this before I would actually go in. 1 minute candlestick wouldn't be enough for me. At this point, it's about to close, so yeah, we're gonna have to wait another 5 minutes anyway. Yeah, that's a nice wick right there. Oh. Bullish volume imbalance. Keep that open, accelerate through the 5 minute. That's what we'd like to see. Yeah, it's a possibility. Little silver bullet. Check dollar. So as we said, dollar kind of holding that previous day low. I like that. I want us to now accelerate quickly to attack these lows here. Volume imbalance as we get through the 5 minute. Ooh, so we might break my own rule, to be honest. I like that volume imbalance perfectly aligned with consequent encroachment of the 5 minute. If we were to close above that, I think I would actually go ahead and take that. This would be a higher risk trade, so we'd go in a little bit lower actual risk because 3 minutes until the 5 minute closes. But especially if we get off this partial, I wouldn't mind going back in, because then partial pays for our second entry to target the 4 hour. I like that. Yeah, we're going to do it. We'll just go 2 more. Because once we get partial, we'll actually set this to be under. We could do it right now, honestly. Go right there like that. So looking for 1 more partial, and then the retracement into the premium turn discount. I actually wouldn't mind that, because then it would give the 5 minute time to kind of catch up, right? If we spend a few 1 minute candles here, kind of hesitating at this previous day high, wait for the 5 minute candlestick to close, then get the retracement into the 5 minute to then target the actual buy side, that'd be best case for us. So at this point, we're able to partial out again. 1 minute holds beautifully. Honestly, I would put a stop up here even. Under this volume imbalance right there like that. That's really what we held. Kind of like we spoke about a few days ago. Right, when we have fair value gaps paired with volume imbalances right here. Bullish fair value gap paired with bullish volume imbalance. We want to see the volume imbalance hold a body while the wick goes into the fair value gap. So we get that Really done perfectly. As we mentioned, we've now hit, once again, this high. We can hold there more than once. We're looking for that retracement into this discount here. We're going to use the high of the volume imbalance like that. And now stop is in profit. Because that way, basically, if we get stopped on this entry, this stop loss is paying for this trade, right? So almost like a risk-free trade, which is what I like to do. So yeah, I think we're pretty set here. If we just keep running, obviously we'll get out without being able to partial or anything. That's fine. We need to adjust this though for one because we only have one left. Yeah, but honestly, yeah, this is exactly what we would kind of want to see. That'd be nice, right? Slight hesitation here until the 5 minute closes in 2 minutes. Then we get that dip into this fair value gap right here. As we mentioned, it's a 5 minute. We do have a volume imbalance. Yeah. It's also a 1 minute. We have a chance of wicking into that. It's all right. We'll take the conservative entry here. Don't need to get too precise. Hadouken. Bullishness, please. $10.14, cool. So I wouldn't mind one more candle. Oh. Well. Okay. We're gonna run straight into our target here. Oh, actually, we might wick that. That might have been the max. I might close manually. Now, volume imbalance. I want to see if that gets left open. That gets left open. We should be able to stab into this 4 hour. We'll go one tick below it in case we hit it perfectly as usual. I actually don't mind if we get taken out here with our TP. I'm going to leave this entry here because we could still retrace, right? Just like we spoke about earlier already today. When we leave untapped inefficiencies and we hit liquidity, we can retrace into those inefficiencies and still hold. So that's kind of what we would like to see here. Hit that inefficiency, retrace, hold from here to accelerate again. Yeah, we probably should have just closed right there, though. That's fine. Stops and profits, so we're almost treating the stop as our partialing mechanic. Need to hold this volume imbalance. I mean, actually, no, we don't, because let's see what a 5. Yeah, we don't need to do that. We could still come into here. So yeah, this is our last, basically, line in the sand. I'm fine leaving an entry there. I would have liked it to, yeah, we probably should have closed there, but that's all right. Closing above previous day high, I think, is an early indication we may want to continue higher. So we clear the lows, we accelerate equilibrium from low to high, trade into the inefficiency, bounce, attack a high again to get into the actual external range. We'll look for that. Oh, and Q ran the high also. That's fine though. Keep moving. Oh, you little. Get in there. Give me as a volume imbalance in 3. We've closed under this volume imbalance, but that's fine to me, honestly, at this point. We still have this one and this one here. As we mentioned, stop below. Really, we could come into that, but we'll see. I'd like to retracement. Oh, excusez-moi. Cool, we're in. So at this point, we get stopped. That's less than a handle on the stop. As we mentioned, that'll pay for, or the profits we've already secured will pay for that. If we do get stopped, we may look at, honestly, a reversal, which I don't mind either. So that's why I'm fine kind of going in here again. Because in my opinion, let's say that we close below this on a 5-minute sense, reclaiming it as a bearish fair value gap. We've just cleared the high. We're continuing to play around previous day high. Yeah, that might be a short. Did we close below it? Did we close below it? We closed right on it. Under the volume imbalance is already a bad sign. We'll give it one candle chance to try to retake that, but much lower than this here. Not good for us. Yeah, we need to see like maybe a wick and then quickness to get back above this 5-minute personally for me to feel comfortable in this. We'll see how we do here. If that starts showing us resistance, that's kind of what we wouldn't want to see. Ooh, yeah, we don't like that. Okay, maybe we can regain. Let's try to retake that there. So we mentioned this would really be lowest we allow. Through that, we get stopped. I think we can go 2 handles on the stop, to be honest. Should put us right under the volume imbalance. No, especially if we reclaim this, yeah, we'll keep that. Right, because the 5 minutes hit the low of it, and we're actually holding the 5-minute volume imbalance still. So I don't mind that. Just want to see where the 1 minute is doing on this 5-minute sense. So the 1 minute, okay. So yeah, we hit that perfectly. So I definitely would want us to close back above this 5-minute. Dollar's starting to show some pretty aggressive bullish momentum. NQ though was holding at a discount and it's trying to go higher too. So right now everything moving higher at once, which is one of two things. We're being manipulated here and price wants to go higher in the indices. So as dollar slips, we accelerate, or right, indices are being manipulated here. They're trying to bait people to go long and we're about to crash through basically all of these discounts and run out into this new week opening gap. Those are like the two scenarios I see playing out. Personally, of course, we favor holding the discount acceleration into a high to where we can then partial, or actually at this point, we should really partial here. We could even partial here because that's another 5 handles. We'll see when we get there. I'll make up my mind at that point. It's like not sure what we want to do as far as partialing. Might try to let one run out a little bit. At this point, if we get back underneath the 5 minute, oh yeah, okay. So really the 5 minute needs to close above, because I was going to say if we get back underneath this 5 minute, that's going to be the 5 minute candlestick closing underneath it. That's not what we'd want to see. So basically, however these next 2 1 minute candlesticks paint, that'll give us a good indication. Kind of want to go break even, but as we said, we'll go one handle stop. Exactly. So pretty much break even there. We'll let it breathe now. We commit and we let it play. Stop loss is there to do its job. So there's closure once again under. At this point, I think we go for lows. 5 minute has, or actually 5 minute hasn't closed, but 5 minute closure below, more than likely we run out for lows here. As I mentioned, this would really be last line in the sand. Don't want to see any lower than that. Let's kind of play devil's advocate here and say that we end up getting stopped. If we can return into a volume imbalance here and give us some type of bullish setup, I wouldn't mind trying to take advantage of that again. Oops. What's this? Oh, that's NQ. Didn't mean to do that. Here's dollar, like we mentioned. Dollar's starting to push higher. We've actually got above this inversion, so that's, I don't like that actually. Okay, so we did close above actually. The 5 minute is able to close above. So if we're being completely honest, I would say this should be my protected low. Like I wouldn't want to see this low be violated, even though we have this volume imbalance down here. We've come back down into the 5 minute once, twice, clearing a short-term low and getting back above a discount. So we'll see if we can't hold this, but I don't like the idea of this low being cleared. Running into the choppiness. Okay. Yeah, I like that. Getting above this high right here, closure above this high, we go break even at this point. Because as we mentioned now, we'll be putting in new bullish structure. Short-term low cleared, displacing through a high market structure shift, lower time frame. That should hold us. As we mentioned, I almost want a partial once again at this previous day high if we keep playing around there, but hey, silent though. You can make me follow though. This really isn't a BPR to me. I mean, you can see it that way, but as we've mentioned before, oh wait, I want to take one off right there. Buy, sell. Oh no. Give me one more touch of that. Okay. We're fine doing that. And now we go stop here. So as we mentioned, stop under this swing low. We should not get back below that. Don't want to see this volume imbalance hit. We're partialing once again, same area. So yeah, we'll go one more here and then we're gonna go last exit. I like this external range if we're being honest. Yeah, Mike, we've kind of talked about this before, right? For me to classify a BPR, let's go to a 5 minute. It needs to be the same fair value gap, right? So like you're referencing this one and I think you're referencing this one here. And if we're going off the idea of what a BPR would be off like fair value gaps, bullish, bearish. This bearish fair value gap would have to at least cover right half of the bullish for me to classify as a true BPR. Whereas this is more just an inversion being aligned with the original fair value gap. Like this right here is a BPR to me, okay? And that's because, right, this bearish fair value gap is the bullish exactly. And that's why we see this hold us so aggressively. Bullish fair value gap now. Nice. What was this? Oh, that was the 5. We don't really need that. 1 minute's nice. Short-term low cleared. Right, because now, as we mentioned, YouTube model here. Short-term low cleared, displacement through a high with leaving the fair value gap there. So in reality, this really should hold us. We could almost go break even if we wanted to, but because we've already partialed out quite a bit, we'll go a little bit higher underneath the volume imbalance. So once again, the stop out is very minuscule. Profits have already secured more than enough of whatever this potential stop out would be. So I like that, being able to stack the position and continue to run. This has to hold us though. Closure under this, we get stopped. Because now I think we're spending too much time here at this previous day high. Unwilling to get above it. Right, because that's all wick, 15 minute. We have closed on the 15 minute actually, so that's not too bad. Lower the fair value gap, that's about max we'd want to see. So let's see how we close. Yeah, right. So for us, when we're using the BPR, as far as, right, there's really 2 different types. There's when we create ranges like this with lots of candles and then leave the range, right? That's a BPR, up and down, up and down. And then as we said, there's where we create the bearish fair value gap that gets overtaken with a bullish. You can flip that. If we're using the fair value gap BPR, ideally it would be the same fair value gap, but it has to at least cover half of it, right, when they overlap. So like I think yesterday we actually had another good example. Let me see if I can't go back and find one. Oh, we didn't have one yesterday. I mean, that's pretty beautiful holding right there, but we need to get back above. If we can close above previous day high now, we should be able to release. Kind of like we spoke here, right? We're returning into the discount. We're displacing through a premium. That premium should hold us. But at this point, we haven't been able to get back above the premium. So good chance we may try to invert that. Dollar, on the other hand. Yeah, dollar's still running. Oh, that's close. Into the volume imbalance. A tick from stop. Close below this, I might go short. Okay. So we get stopped out. That's fine with us. Right, we've closed most of the position in profit. We've partialed out a few times. We might hold from here, to be honest. That would be unfortunate. Should have kept stop below the swing low. Closing under consequent encroachment, but we're still holding the 1 minute. I want to see if we hold this here. Don't really want to go in right away, but sensitive volume imbalance here. So to be honest, okay, so let's look at this. This should hold us bearish. If we can hold from here and actually get back above that volume imbalance, we'll go back in. With whatever swing low gets put in here as our stop. So like here. To target that original 4 hour. Because at this point, we're just kind of consolidating. Let's hide everything. We clear the sell side. We then accelerate away. We return into a discount. We displace away from the discount, and we consolidate after running out liquidity. So that's really what we would expect to see as far as price delivery. If we can clear this premium, yeah, I like the idea of that still being able to propel us higher. Free reset. Hey, get your free resets. All right, let's get ready. Let's get ready. Just in case we do it, we want to be able to hop in there and then stop, as we said, under the low, 2 3/4 stop. That'll be a 1 to 2 trade. I don't mind that. 0.25% as usual. Whoa. Brother, learn how to type. Is this going to run without us? I mean, that'd be unfortunate, but stopped out here. We'll call it a day. Right, no need to give back profits. We close above that. Hopefully we don't use that as support right away to accelerate us. I'd like to get one more tap of the, we're going to use the high, the volume imbalance. A nice kind of round figure. 55, 50.50. 50's all around the board. Stop loss below. We're going to go below, like right here. We really should go right below swing low like this. That's why we got stopped the first time, but I don't think we should be getting below that volume imbalance. So let's see if we can't get a volume imbalance entry tap right here. Hold us. I want this buy side. And then we'll try to go full pull here, actually. Okay. Oh, closure under volume imbalance, bad sign. Right, this is a riskier trade because, as we often say, we like being in the middle of the range. So like we like these type of trades in here or even in here because we're in the middle of the range to target something. But when we're kind of at the extremes of the range, especially hitting higher time frame liquidity, that's when we run into this choppiness. So a lot higher risk, lower probability, which is why we got to be a little bit more nimble and kind of go in with lower risk to start with. So we'll see if we can't hold that 1 minute fair value gap. As we mentioned, we close underneath that volume imbalance right away. That's a bad sign. Hopefully we can get very next candle to kind of reclaim that bullish, because if we start holding that bearishly, we just wouldn't want to see that. Cool. So I don't mind that. 5 minute sense, right? 5 minutes is pretty bullish. We're kind of holding the discounts. We close back above the 1 minute. Nice. So I'd want us to see us move away from that. Let's kind of clear up some of this so we don't get all right, that's buy side. That holds, that holds, that holds, that holds. Volume imbalance at this point could care less. 1 minute fair value gap becomes more important to us. Up and down through PD arrays, clear sign of consolidation, right? That's what we've mentioned before. Right back below it again. So yeah, we don't really like that delivery at all. Wick would be nice. Hold consequent encroachment at least. We do. Okay. So yeah, we just got to commit at this point. We're expecting the choppiness. We either get stopped or we get TP'd. One of those types of trades, right? Not going to be trying to move our stop too aggressively within this jumbled mess. We commit to the idea, what we want to see play out, and we let it happen. Only time I'll move my stop is, let's say that we run through these highs pretty aggressively and we can close above these highs, closing above previous high once again. At that point, we really should not revisit this volume imbalance. So I'd go stop directly underneath that. Might even go stop here. Depends on what kind of movement we get above that. Dollar's giving us a little retracement, so that's good for us. All right, dollar's starting to retrace. I'd like to get us back into this previous day low in dollar. Even lower would be ideal. Maybe these lows, best case scenario. NQ, actually SMT and NQ as well. So yeah, I wouldn't mind to get a little pump right here. Ooh, I like that a lot, to be honest. Volume imbalance above previous day high, holding 1 minute discount. Getting above the volume imbalance and holding it. However, no closure above highs, so no need to move stop yet. Once we get closure above highs, we move stop loss. I want buy side for sure. 4.5 handles is not enough. We'll go 5 handles exactly, which will get us a tick short of the 4 hour. So we got to hope that we can run that. We kind of messed up here without not taking that partial at the buy side, but I think we want to retest that. I'd see all this in here is trying to almost bait short sellers. Double top. Try to get people to pile in on shorts here to then run through those and then reverse. Low key, we might go turtle soup. That might be aggressive. Let's see. Trading into the... That looks kind of clean, though. Yeah, that's what we would expect there. Volume imbalance holds fair value gap. So once again, the fair value gap volume imbalance combo. We love those combos. Right, because we expect the volume imbalance to hold the bodies. Whoa, chill out. See, that's not what we want. Once again, up and down right through previous day high. That's clear-cut consolidation for us. We'll see if this candle can aggressively get back up, but yeah, we're just stuck. We're just stuck. Closed right below all of it. Not a big fan of that in the slightest. Yeah, we're ugly here. Okay. So at this point, we just watch. There's nothing to do. No point in pointing out these PD arrays. We have our main PD array, the 1 minute, the volume imbalance, and the buy side. That's really all we're working with. So at this point, we watch and let it play out. Inversion, so that may hold us. Dollar starting to pump again. A lot of lows and a lot of highs here. Engineering sell side on both, or liquidity on both sides of the marketplace. Low-key, I might try to turtle soup this too. Yeah, we'll do that. So I'm going to try to actually go, we have 4 here. I'm going to go 6. So as we run up into this, it'll close us out and actually go short with 2. That's if we even get up here. We might just get stopped out. As we said the last few days, this is the stuff that used to drive me crazy. Still does. It's more of an annoyance though, rather than like true confusion and hysteria. But yeah, before my heart rate, right, my heart rate would be quick. I'd be like, oh my God, algorithm is broken. But we understand, we got our lines in the sand. We either get stopped or we get profited. I'm hoping, brother. I'm hoping something could push us. Ugh. This shit is hideous. Algorithmic signatures at work, though, right? Not random that we're getting smushed between previous day high and the most recent discount we formed. Do something. Take me out at least, right? End the misery. It's the best. This is the best price action. It's exactly what we want to see. High probability. What? Barcode. Someone scan that. See how much that would be. Let's give it the old zoom out to really. Ooh, look at that. This is something I do quite a bit too, right? When we get a little hyper focused on the minuscule movements like this in price, we just go, all right, we got to zoom out a little bit. Really look. We're just consolidating here. I mean, I would favor that high, but low key, sell side's looking a little bit juicy, right? Buy side a little bit more jagged. Highs, boom, we stab up through that high. High here and here, boom, we kind of knife through that high, right? Equal highs here, we kind of knife through that high. Whereas sell side, protected low, protected low, protected low. We did clear this, but now, right, protected low, protected low, protected equal lows, protected equal lows. Yeah, take us out, get us out, please. Do something. End the misery. Look at that delivery, perfect. Oh, okay, a little bit lower. Dollar's starting to rally, so yeah, we're gonna get stopped here. This should be the movement that gets us out. There's the volume imbalance. Here's the stop. Yep. Right, understandable with the dollar bouncing like that. Fair value gap here, I might go short. And just take a break-even day, honestly. I mean, that's just too failure swing at the highs. Dollar wants to get higher. That gives way. Honestly, yeah, I like that. We're gonna try this. This will be the last. Stop out here with that 1/4% means we end with a 1/4% profit on the day. So we'll give back about 0.5%, but profit's profit. I'm fine with that. I like that. Right, because really, as we're mentioning, we're showing an unwillingness to want to run higher. We've tried once, twice, 3, 4, 5, 6 times to get really into that 4-hour. We can't. We engineer a discount here that should hold us. We try to find support there multiple times. We can't. It gives way, displacing through it, leaving, lo and behold, just as we mentioned, right, this I would consider BPR, bullish fair value gap, overlapped by a bearish with the majority of it aligning with one another. So I'm fine taking that. Right, of course, we are in a consolidating market, so once again, not the highest of probabilities, but I don't mind trying to get in there. Oh, cool. So we get tagged in. Beauty. Let's kind of break aggressively. Right, we don't want to hold here. So now that we're in, we want to immediately get underneath this volume imbalance. We don't want to see price starting to find support here, because then there's a good chance we try to run back through this and we continue that choppiness. Let's get below that. Let's get below that. And then we'll target, I like this right here. Wait. We'll target this original 1 minute. There's a low in there as well. We hold that. That's not... Okay, volume imbalance isn't bad, actually. Let's continue with that. Run lower. So at this point, we use the bearish fair value gap. We want to see price run lower. We're going to target this low that's inside of the 1 minute fair value gap, sell side. But we partial at 5 handles first, which will take us pretty much into that, the high of it. We would close just 2 right there at 5. We're going to buy 2 there. We don't want to wick that. We want to close below that and close below this. Dollar retracing now. Yeah, just sloppy choppy. Closure below volume imbalance is good. Best, I wanted to close below the swing low, because now we have, once again, this. Right, so we're running into discounts. We want to get through those discounts. We find support here, we get below it. We're finding support here. We want to get below that to target this here. Yeah, let's do that. And we can throw up here, just so we can see where we've been. Oh my, chill out, chill out. Beautiful, beautiful. Oh, I need to move this. Hold up. Shoot. Because I don't want to take the full 3 right there. Oh. I probably should have. I'm going to close one more. I'm going to close one more right there. Oh shit. Oh shit. 2. Buy. Buy. We're moving quick. Okay, we got one more. Let's go new week opening gap, to be honest. Let's go all the way back down. Break even like this. Yeah. Beauty. Okay, we're in. So we partialed out the high, then we get out again at the low. We got 1 left on to target new week opening gap all the way back down here. Maybe even this. This is that 5 minute original, but we'll see if we hold this. Beauty. Yeah, this will be it for today. I'm fully content with that now. We can get stopped. I could care less. Oh yeah, bruv. Oh yeah, bruv. Let's see what we get. Let's see what we... Oh shit, my fault, fellas. I just ended the stream. I'm fake. Let me get that back. Oh my. That's on me. That's on me. We're back. We're back. All right, let's get new week opening gap though. Let's just continue. Right, we're basically just seeking and destroying. All week we've been consolidating, so that's what we're looking for, right? That's why I have no hesitation going in here. Because to be honest, we learned from yesterday. We had the same exact thing happen yesterday and we didn't flip our position and price ran against us. So this time, right, we're going to flip our position and expect that we run bearish. And what I mean by that is we will go back and look. I just want to watch what happens here. We're kind of holding that aggressively. Oh, we didn't even get out the low. That's fine. We got an outright consequent encroachment. So cool. So at this point, we shouldn't return into this. We should hold from here. We should accelerate through this low, and I want a new week opening gap. So stop loss is above the candle that creates the bearish fair value gap. We have a new premium here. Premium should hold us. Pair that with the volume imbalance. Yeah, that should hold us. That should hold us. Closure below the 1 minute is what we're looking for now. Starting to hold, but we want to close below that. Let's get to below it. And then target. I'm like, do we go for low a day? That's aggressive, right? That's too aggressive. But I want that. 5 minute. Let's kind of hide everything real quick. Clear the high. I mean, that is the opposing low right there. Maybe we go low of it. What's the midnight? What's the midnight open? Oh, way down here. Maybe we get there. 1054. Yeah, so look at that. 1050 or 1050. 1050 is right here. Macro time. We get the displacement in the sell side. So I think either way, we should get a pretty good setup forming here. Right, because at 10 o'clock or 9 or at 1050, excuse me, we create the bearish displacement, leaving an inefficiency. Right at the start of the macro period, right? So to me, this is kind of the PD array that we're going to reference within these next 10 minutes. Which means if we hold from here, trade back up into here, we should either reject and attack lows, or we're going to invert this, and then you could almost go long again. Just ping pong this shit back and forth, to be honest. There's that test. Let's see what we get from here. We do have equal lows, so I wouldn't mind actually running out those equal lows. But we'll see if we want to do that or if we want to displace right through that fair value gap. As we said, we're already secured many profits, so no rush to do anything else. So far, rejection. I'm looking left as well. Original volume imbalance that we held. Notice, same fair value gap, right? So this would be kind of where we want to see fair value gap hold, body hold. So far, that's what we get. Consequent encroachment tapped, volume imbalance holding bodies. More than likely, we're going to retest this 1 minute. That would give us a good indication. If we retest this and hold from here, I think we actually push through this bearish fair value gap. If we can retest this and close back below, really, this candle's high. If we can close below this candle's high, I think we should be able to get into this low right here. So there goes the immediate rebalance. Let's see what we get. Need the closure, right? Trading down into it is nice, but all for naught if we don't close. If anything, if we close above now, that's more bearish because we've hit the consequent encroachment. And right, as we trade into this 1 minute, it becomes balanced right here when this candle closes above. Ooh, yeah. So now we're holding the balanced fair value gap. More than likely, we might invert this. Let's see if we can't get down in there. Closure below consequent encroachment, best case scenario now. And if that occurs, low key, I might go. I kind of want to get aggressive with it. We might target this low. Because let's say we do want to seek and destroy, okay? This high, we've cleared that. The opposing liquidity to this high is this low. We're going to use stop loss as our partialing mechanic. So instead of closing right there at the high, the new opening gap, as we run into that, we're going to jam our partial pretty much where almost we would exit, right? So secure way more profits. So 951, sorry, Mike, I just saw your thing. 951 and 958, you would consider those 1 minute BPR. 951 and 958. 951. 951. 951. Absolutely. Yes. And right, because as we spoke about, look at the bearish fair value gap and look at the bullish. They're quite literally the exact same to the tick. So that to me is balanced. Which is also why, right, yes, we hold there, but that's also why right now, if we can get under that, we should be able to release. Underneath consequent encroachment, we should already be able to release, to be honest. The fact that we got this deep into this fair value gap on this first drive lower, I feel like this is but look at that, okay. So one candle, we immediately retake that. Yeah, so choppy today, holy cow. Really all week we've been choppy. Consolidation leads to mini expansion, which leads to consolidation, which, yeah. That's just gross. Maybe we close the 5 handles. Which is right here. Nah. It's only one contract. We hold it. And that's why I went short here as well. Okay? Same thing. Look at the bullish fair value gap that we were using to try to get long. Trying. We can't. We displace right through that. And as we mentioned, this one, not perfect exactly, but less than it's only one tick difference. So that's what I mean with the majority of it is still the same fair value gap and the low is exactly the same. So I would still count this as the BPR, which is why we're comfortable going short and why we got such an aggressive breakaway from that, especially coming off of previous day high and clearing short-term highs. Right, we really have to understand micro market structure. So even though we didn't clear the buy side, this does clear buy side, right? It clears fractalized buy side that we had left behind here. So us clearing this buy side and then displacing through this low, that is a YouTube model, right? Short-term high cleared, break in structure, bearish fair value gap left behind with an already kind of created premium. Easy setup. And as we said, right, this should hold us if we're bearish. It is. We just need to close underneath the 1 minute. Closure underneath the 1 minute, we're able to release, and we should come into new week opening gap. We're getting a little freaking, let's move some of these though. We only need this and this. This is all that we're working with now. And right, look at the, oh my, it's just beautiful. Right, it's hard to argue. I mean, when you see this every day, all day, it's hard to argue against the algorithm. When price is hitting these levels to the tick perfectly. As we say, we can wick into consequent encroachment. Body should hold. Closure underneath consequent encroachment, we would expect to see basically a breakdown. But we need to close below first because we can play here all day, still hold, and boom, accelerate. NQ also is finding support at an inefficiency. So that's something that we've noticed a lot this week is even though they're not the same areas. Let's go back to NQ. Right, NQ is finding support at a predetermined inefficiency in the form of this new week opening gap here. ES is kind of undergoing the same procedure, just at a different inefficiency in the form of the 1 minute BPR. Of course, we still want to see bearishness, but with both of them finding support like that, and we have pretty large SMT, right? NQ actually ran out this low that we were looking to get targeted in ES. So that's not really the best case scenario. Dollar failing to get higher. Kind of like we said here, we'll just have to commit to it. 11:02, we'll wait till like 11:10. If we don't get nothing by 11:10, I might just leave. I've been trading ICT for 4 years, 4.5 years. I found him in 2018. But I guess to be fair, I didn't really like dive into it until closer to 2019 when I joined the mentorship. But I would say I was introduced in 2018, so that'd be about 5 years now. I wasn't a charter member. I was a private member. Charter member, you had to make it through and pay the one-time payment at the end. I didn't actually get through the entire 12-month mentorship just because I couldn't afford it at the time. So I only got through about 4 months. And then unfortunately, I was able to see like the core content because I was in there for that short time. So I would say it was a mixture, right? Primarily YouTube, but I was able to access like that core content before it was released on YouTube. So I had a little bit deeper understanding already. But I would say for the most part, all YouTube, right? All YouTube and then back and forward testing, just sitting here and watching it play out over and over. Yeah, look at us. We're just holding the hell out of that. That inefficiency does not want to give up. But kind of like we spoke about yesterday, right? Notice how the bodies are slowly creeping lower and lower. Right, first we try to get to the low, we can't, we get above it. Body gets underneath consequent encroachment, we get above it. Body's kind of creeping lower and lower. Finally, body actually closing on the low. Shadow was A. I appreciate the hype, brother. Appreciate it. When did I start getting consistent? I would say, what did I say? About 20, it'd be 2021. No, I would even say early 2022, honestly. I was profitable in the sense that I was no longer losing more than I was making, okay? But that doesn't mean you can live off of it. So when I say I was profitable, there's kind of two different stages. There's profitability to where, right, you're just a break-even trader. You're not losing money. And then there's the profitability to where you can actually make a living, pay your bills off trading. For me, there was about a year gap between the time I was like a break-even trader to where I was actually being able to like support myself. So I would say it took about 3 years, 3.5 years for me to consistently be able to do kind of what you're seeing here, right? Where we're pretty much always kind of able to follow price and read price and understand what price is trying to do. About a 3-year grind, no doubt. And that's not to say someone can't figure it out earlier than that. I kind of handicap myself because I got trapped, and a lot of ICT traders get trapped with this early on, and the fact that I was trying to learn everything at one time. Right, so I was trying to almost use like order blocks and breaker blocks and fair value gaps and volume imbalances. I was trying to use them all at once, which when you're learning is just not the way to do it. At this point, I can do it now, but that's because I had to go in and get really good with each concept by itself first. So I had to get really good at understanding, right, fair value gaps. And I had to get really good at understanding breakers. And I had to get good at understanding volume imbalances. And then eventually, when you get really good with all of those, you start to see how they mesh with one another. And that's why now we can kind of really just trade whatever, right? Someone mentioned it yesterday that we really just trade order flow. So I'm not looking for like a specific model per se. I'm simply looking at what order flow is trying to do and then entering on whatever PD array would make sense. That's like here was a volume imbalance. Here was a fair value gap. Here was also a fair value gap BPR. Right? Sometimes it's a breaker. Really depends. So far, that's beautiful. To be honest, we go like this now. Consequent encroachment of that fair value gap's hit and we close underneath the 1 minute. This should become resistance for us. We have a volume imbalance and we have this consequent encroachment. Stop can go right above. As we said, once we hit new week opening gap, I'm going to go stop here. If dollar can get its high, that'd be good. That's simply kind of what we're waiting for now. We should see dollar reach into that high. And then we're going to hide these executions because they're getting a little crazy. We'll go over a recap at the end of the day, but for the time being, want to keep it a little simple. We don't reach that buy side. We hold that volume balance beautifully. Could have added there, but we're fine just letting it rock. That volume balance holds us. The 1 minute should hold us as resistance. Continue to reach into new week opening gap. As we said, I like that low, but because it's a low of the 5 minute fair value gap as well, which is also, I'm like, these lows are kind of juicy here, to be honest. I might just keep playing this out. And that's only because I have a runner, right? This is like a runner for me. It's not really part of the main position. So like when I'm looking at this, that's why I'm a lot more casual, or I guess laid back as far as moving stops and kind of adjusting the TP. Usually if I'm like in a trade with full position, right, I'm not trying to change the TP a bunch because then you kind of get a little bit greedy. But because we've already secured most of the profits and we're already up on the day, I'm fine trying to reach a little bit lower. You're finding more success focusing on a few concepts. Yeah, no doubt. You've ditched the idea of trying to stick to a hardline model. Enjoy tape reading and taking something if it looks clear. Yeah, I like that, honestly. And to each their own, right? It can be tough because there's people that say, oh, you should learn one thing and perfect it and only trade that. And it's like, that makes sense. Like, I won't knock anybody for that thinking. But personally, for me, right, there's just so much that happens in the market that I wanted to have more than one way to enter. And that's kind of why I went so hard in trying to understand the way I understand it now. And as you said, right, tape reading was an absolutely huge part of that. I've mentioned it before, but I'm pretty sure I've spent well more than my 10,000 hours in front of the chart just watching these candlesticks paint over and over again. So eventually you do that long enough, it just gets kind of easy to understand, right, where they're going to go. And that's not to say you're going to be perfect. We're not perfect. But even if we're wrong, it's nice because we kind of understand. And we're no longer at that point of like questioning, what did I do wrong? I feel like early on I did that a lot. Well, like if I was wrong or if I got stopped, I would go back in and try to like, oh, what did I do wrong? Like, why was that wrong? Whereas now if we get stopped, I understand that's just part of it. Right? We're not going to be right all the time. It's all probabilities at the end of the day. Dollar ran that high aggressively and we didn't get met by that lower prices in ES. So now we're getting a little bit worried. Not worried, but we may start retracing. Right, dollar runs that high aggressively. I wanted to see that aggressive, basically down movement met. Or I wanted to see this up movement here in the dollar be met with the down movement here in ES. Because now we're kind of bouncing off the midnight level and the 830 level in the dollar, which could send us lower, which may actually send ES higher. We did create a lot of equal lows right here. At the same time, however, we do have SMT as well. Okay, we'll see. We'll see if we can't hold this. This is the first time we're coming back into the 1 minute, so we allow that. We close below it here for the first time. This is the first time coming into it as an actual inversion, so we could still hold, and we hit consequent encroachment. So at this point, we would just watch to see, can we close back underneath the 1 minute? If we do, more than likely we run out these lows. And I think at that point, if we run out these lows, I'm going to go stop right above this high here. I kind of want to, it's like I don't want to be in this, but at the same time, I don't want to have to manage it. Or I do want to be in it. We did close below. Yeah, we'll see if we can attack these lows. I think we should get these cleared at least, but we may kind of run into a wick of that to where we wick it and reverse pretty aggressively. As we mentioned, dollar is kind of finding resistance at that 830 area after running the high, which could lead us to start rallying here in ES. Ideally, though, we kind of just keep pushing higher in the dollar after holding that. We'll see. I just realized your picture, Wex, is Jim and Dwight together. That's kind of comedy. I'm wearing a Dwight shirt right now, to be honest. Dunder Mifflin. Dwight K. Schrute, assistant to the regional manager, it says. All right, to be honest, fellas, I'm just trying to leave. So we're going to go ahead and we should run out that low. We're just going to put my stop right here right now, right above the 1 minute. That gives us 5 handles. So, right, it's almost as if we took a 5 handle partial. 5 handles in profit is good for us. I'm actually going to open up. These lows look juicy right here, to be honest. Newark opening gap's going to be a bitch, though, to get through. So I'm just trying to debate if I want to go 49 to 32, 17 handles versus 36 with 1 contract. What I'm going to do, I want this. We're going to be greedy actually here. As I said, it's only 1 contract. It's our last runner. We're already up 1,300, 1,400 on the day. So yeah, I'm fine taking that. Trying to kind of get all the juice out of this one here. So what we will do though, we're going to set a limit order, or not a limit order, just an alert on the low, add alert. Then we put that right on the low, just a little bit above it, so in case we run that out. So if we can run out this low while still being in the trade, we'll do that. Also going to set a limit here, or not a limit. God damn it. An alarm. Alert name stopped. Stopped out. Message stopped. Create. Gotta edit this one as well. Alert name partial. Partial. Okay. Cool. So real quick, we'll go over what we did today. Try to get long early on inside of this 1 minute as we trade into it. Instead, we go into the Newark opening gap. As we mentioned, that's when we go long again as we're retesting into that. That's our original long position. We then take a partial at an opposing premium, 5 minute. We retrace, we take another partial as we jam into previous day high. We stack a position inside of this fair value gap because it was also the 5 minute inversion. Spend a lot of time consolidating. We end up taking the partial once again at previous day high before we get stopped. We then try to get in one more time quickly to get a run into buy side. We get stopped. Once we understand, right, once that final stop out occurs, and especially because we close below the original bullish entry signal that we took, we understand that's kind of a clear-cut sell signal, especially coming off of previous day high and creating an intermediate swing point. Right. Also remember, fractalized sense, short-term high cleared. We then displace through a swing low and close below it, leaving behind a bearish fair value gap aligned perfectly with our inversion. So that becomes a high probability setup. We go ahead and get short right on that candle, stop above previous day high as we're showing an unwillingness to get above it. We shouldn't retest that. There we get the nice low resistance liquidity run. First partial, high of the 1 minute. Second partial, underneath this low, which was sell side. We understand premium here should hold us if we're bearish. We also have the 1 minute inversion now. So now our final target simply becomes a little exaggerated, but we want to see if we can't attack equal lows down here. At this point, stop above the 1 minute because we really shouldn't get back above that if we're going to be bearish. So yeah, we'll leave y'all with that. He said, don't go play games. Hey, I got you. I'm trying to get Grand Champ. You should stream while playing games with the charts. Yo, dead ass. Hey, I'm not going to lie. I have been thinking, right? Like, I love doing the streams and stuff with people. But I'm like, I might one day build this up big enough and just transfer it all into like a gaming channel. Just stream games all day. With trading on the side. Because that's really what I do. Like if I'm just trading by myself, like usually on Fridays, if I'm taking a trade and I'm not streaming, I got this chart here and I'm playing a game on the other screen. It's just relaxing. Oh, Steam Summer Sale. I'll pick what games they have. We could watch movies. Yeah, if it gets real boring one day. Honestly, if we run into a day where it's just full consolidation, I'll just throw on a game and we'll game with the charts on the side. That'd actually be kind of comedy. All right, Bryce, you're acting goofy up in here. Let's clear the sell side. I was like, we might go. It's 11:20 already, brother. Why are we here so late? Price be trapping us. I just want to see the sell side get taken. Like, take out the sell side, right? Once we clear sell side, stop goes right above this here. Or do we just close here? What's a quarter? Someone give me a quarter. Gotta flip it. Ooh, prop hunt. Prop hunt is hype. Low key, I've been playing the hell out of X Defiant though, to be honest. Gives me that old school COD feel. Just absolutely slaying fools on that. I'm trying to get up to a 3 KD. That'd be elite, you know what I mean? I think I'm like a 2.6 right now. Come on, come on, come on. Boom. Bruh. Actually, I think we can get down there. Right, doing that thing where we kind of zoom out. We're getting a little hyper focus on the 1 minute minuscule movements, but like if we look at a 1 hour here, we hold at the rejection block, we clear out buy side, and now we're reversing. So I think we actually can, right? We've been stuck in this hourly consolidation. Let's say we return into equilibrium of this hourly range. That puts us right at 1 minute cents. Where does that put us at? I think we'll just go, nah, we're going to leave it for that low. Bro, look at that. What is that? That holds and we accelerate through this low. That could have been a short. Black Ops 6 opinion. I mean, I love Black Ops. I've loved every Black Ops. I think it'll be good, hopefully. I trust in Treyarch more than I do Activision, so. Omni movement looks pretty elite. I'll give them that. The movement system looks crazy. I'm looking forward to it. What's your question, Mike? Fair value gap BPR, brother. The 430 and the 420 5-minute candles. Okay, 430. Let's go 5-minute chart. We're gonna get reversed on. So at this point, we go stop above that high because look at how we're wicking that. All right, but let's go to your thing. So 5-minute chart. 420. Wait. 430. In the morning, I'm guessing you're saying 430. Here. Okay. So this I would still classify as valid to me. And that's because, right, they share the same low. So this one, yeah, that would still be valid to me. Because it really relies more on two, right? The opening, the high, low, and the close. So like the consequent encroachment of this is the high of that fair value gap and the low is the same. So these fair value gaps are sharing the same levels in price, which is why I would classify that one as the BPR. Right? It's too perfect to be random, if that makes sense. The fact that the consequent encroachment is exactly the high and the fact that the lows are the exact same. Just too precise. So that would become, yep, BPR. And is the last PD array before the low there a viable target to exit? Yeah, so let's say, right, I think you're referencing this low here. So like if you're saying you're expecting price to run all the way into this low, I'll look for that last premium to potentially hold us, which would be here. So I would try to close most of the position here and then leave the rest to try to run out that low. If that was my target. We may get there, but I think we just kind of consolidate here. Especially after seeing how we wick that, yeah. I think we just play around this 1 minute. So to be honest, I'm just gonna go like this. We'll be content. I think we'll get stopped, but in case we can hold that one last time and attack this low, I just want to be out. I don't really want to have to worry about that open position the rest of the day. Cool. So, all right, fellas, we will leave you with that. Long one today, goddamn. Good day overall, though. I mean, once again, really ugly price action, if we're being honest, but we're able to navigate it with some nice precision. 1 loss, 2 losses? 2 losses, technically. We'll count this one as a loss here. But overall, as we said, well in profit, 1,400 on the day, so good day. We're going to go, yeah, we'll leave that. I'll kind of I'm going to move that alert because if we end up getting taken out, I'll kind of let y'all know. Oh, I want to edit that to be TP, and then we still got stop loss right here. Cool. All right, fellas. That'll be it for the week. Nothing tomorrow. Let me take a quick look as far as next week. Start of the month next week, so I'm guessing we're gonna have NFP on Friday. Yeah, NFP week. So usually we try to end Thursday. Oh, we got FOMC. Oh, just the minutes though. High impact news Monday. It might be a little weird actually next week because Powell's talking on Tuesday, and I don't like to be kind of dealing with the market during that time. So we'll have a Monday stream. We'll have a Wednesday stream. Low-key, that might be it. I think we might have to mix in a Thursday too. I want to get 3 in at least, but with kind of the high impact news schedule, I don't want to have to force anything. So we'll definitely plan for next Monday. And then next Wednesday, we'll decide if we have a Thursday stream after Wednesday or not. Oh, look at that. Hold up. We can't leave now. We're about to get taken out. All done. Swing low. Hold up. Swing low. Swing low. Okay, that can't be any louder in my ears, bro. Get that out of here. I just want the swing low. Oh, we should have went with the low. Ain't that a bitch? Oh. What's that disrespect right there? And we closed under the new week opening gap. Damn, played myself. Yeah, played myself. We're getting off. God damn it. That's all right. We're content with it. We ended up moving it to new week opening gap high. We blast right through that. At this point, give me the swing low for some, at least a positive. I just want to get the swing low exit. We're gonna use this new week opening gap as resistance. I'd be surprised if we didn't. Nice. Okay, we got the swing low at least. Cool. Swing low caught. We'll take that. Swing high to swing low to end out the day to put us at a nice 1500. Beautiful. Okay. So a nice round 1500 on the day, and we'll leave there. So appreciate you guys hanging out this week. Hopefully you guys found it helpful. We will meet up again next Monday to get the week started. Until then, have a great weekend, everybody, and take care. See you guys.